So out the car, it's a cold morning, go to start it up and absolutely nothing. Display failing, everything. This is the problem with modern batteries. They work one day and then the next day they just don't. So the battery is under there. As you can see, there's the terminal. This thing here is a fuse panel. So it lifts off quite easily, you can see. And down here we've got the air filter. So in order to get the battery out, we need to take the air filter cover off and disconnect from the air inlet over there. We need to remove this fuse panel as well, and then there's a plastic cover that covers the battery, and then we can pull the battery out. So let's start with the air filter. There are 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, and there's one down the back there. Be careful removing the screws, make sure they're loose enough, and you've got to loosen the Jubilee clip from the air inlet over there. Okay, so that's pulled back out of the way. Now the cover on this. If you like the video, please press the like button and please press the subscribe button so I can grow my channel and help more people. Just 2 clips, as you can see, here and here. The positive terminal. Let's get that out of the way. The difficult part of this job is removing the fuse holder. I've shown it here removed in order to demonstrate how the clips work. There are 2 clips and 1 slot. The clip at the top is very straightforward. Just push your finger on the side of that. The whole fuse holder assembly slots into the slot created by these 2 upstands, and the whole thing is held in place by the small clip at the bottom. Further complication, the clip at the bottom, in that you can't get access to it without removing a cable and this plug. So let's remove the cable first. Now this plug. So we can now get to the bottom clip. Just use a small screwdriver to lever the plastic over the top of the clip. The fuse holder pulls up very easily and away. Pull the plastic battery cover up and towards the front of the car. It's a bit stiff. As you can see, here are the clips that hold it in place. Now remove the negative battery terminal and push it to the side. The battery is held down by 1 bracket at the bottom of the battery. Remove the bolt on that. Slide the battery to the left about 1 centimetre. Then lift it up and towards the front of the car. Lift it out. The negative terminal was corroded, so I sanded it until I could see bare metal. The positive terminal was also corroded, so I cleaned that up too. I actually removed the air filter completely, as the top of it was on the suction side of the engine, and any debris that had fallen on it would have been sucked directly into the engine when it was started. I also sanded off the cable end. I removed the short circuit covers from the new battery. Drop the battery in place with the positive terminal at the front of the car. You have to slide the battery to your right about 1 centimetre. Then screw down the battery retaining clip. Reconnect the negative terminal. Refit the battery cover. And I refitted the fuse holder, remembering that the upstand needs to locate in the slots at the back of the fuse holder. Reconnect the plug. Reconnect the cable. Reconnected the positive cable terminal at the battery. I brushed off the air filter in case any debris had gone into the top of it. As I said before, that would have been sucked directly into the engine. Position and refit the air filter. There are 4 screws. Attach and screw up the air inlet hose. I refitted the plastic cover on the fuse holder. And finally, I looked around the engine bay to make sure that all the tools had been removed and that everything had been refitted. And now, the money shot. So just one more thing to sort out. Clock, of course, so menu, display configuration, date and time adjustment. Please comment if you've got any ideas or thoughts about how to improve the job. If you like the video, please press the like button and please press the subscribe button so I can grow my channel and help more people. 17th of March 512.